Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you're watching my review for Fairy Tail Chapter 365. And I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot that this came out. Well, I didn't forget, it's just I didn't realize it came out. I looked on Friday on Manga Stream and it wasn't up, and other websites didn't have it up either, so I just assumed that this was one of those double issue weeks where there was no chapter. Then I saw reviews of it start going up, then I checked today, and it was up. So I'm doing the review now. Also, just another fairy tale news. I'm sure you guys have heard by now, but the anime is coming back, and details have been released as to when it's coming back. So it's going to be coming back in April, I believe, of this upcoming year. So it's no, it's not New Year's Eve. It's the eve of New Year's Eve. Wow. The chapter. This chapter is another 30 some page chapter that Hiramashima did. The guy's a drawing machine. I don't know how he does this. I don't know how much sleep he gets, but I don't know. The guy's a drawing machine. That time he did 6 chapters in 2 weeks. Unbelievable. This guy, people can say what they want about him, but you gotta respect how he will do all this extra work so that the fans of the series can enjoy it even more. Um, but yeah, this was yet another 30 some page chapter, and not as much happened as in the last chapter, which was also 30 some pages, but still a very enjoyable chapter. This one starts off focusing on Natsu and Happy. They end up making it to Crawford's house. Using Natsu's sense of smell, they're able to figure out what happened. You know, he smells the sleeping drugs in the cups and things, and they figure out what happened. Um, and Natsu gets mad and destroys Crawford's house, while also destroying the herbs that were in there and stuff. And he's mad, you know, wants to make Crawford pay for what he did to his friends, you know, typical Natsu. And after this, we see Ursa, and she is naked, which I didn't mind, and she's chained up. She's being held captive by Tartarus along with Mira, and she has these seal stone. They're sea stone handcuffs, pretty much. They're sea stone handcuffs that seal her abilities. All right, which I'm calling them sea stone, but I'm not trying to say that Hiramashima took this from One Piece. Because let's be honest, there are a lot of series that seal people's powers using items. I'm just saying it's sea. I'm just cause. All right, just cause. I'm just calling them sea stone because I feel like it. But yeah, her magic is sealed with these handcuffs. And when Erza asks about Mira, Kyouka, who's the one that's there, she tells Erza that Mira's body is being modified so that they can turn her into one of their servants, which is probably due to her having Satan's soul, since Satan's soul is pretty much a demon. That also might be why Seta wants Elfman to give her his soul, because he has the same magic as Mira, and he has a demon too. So they might be trying to get some more pawns, some more servants. But after the whole Mira thing, Mira's naked too, by the way, which I also didn't mind. But after that part, Kyouka ends up interrogating Erza. She's trying to figure out where Jamal's location is. And Ursa doesn't know. She doesn't know where Jamal is. But Kyouka keeps asking anyway. When they start talking about Jamal, we actually see Jamal talking with the Urasion Seis, and they're saying, oh, you want to send us back in jail, get rid of our freedom? Well, we're not going to take that. Right, so Jamal pretty much ends up taking on the entire Urasion Seis by himself, because he tells Merity to stand aside. Hot Eye doesn't fight, though. But who cares about Hot Eye? Seriously. I mean, the guy. Never mind. I was going to say that he's a Bartholomew Kuma ripoff, because he is. I mean, let's be honest. But it's not that important. The point is that Hot Eye sucks, and no one really cares about him. At least I don't. But you know, maybe I'm in the minority there. I don't think so, but maybe I am. He ends up. Jamal's fighting the entire race by himself, pretty much. He also, by the way, he uses their real names during this fight. I believe Uh, there's Sawyer, Macbeth, Eric. We know Hot Eye is Richard. Um, Angel was Solano or something like that. Yeah, I think it was Solano. Brain, who cares? He's knocked out. Whatever. Yeah, he knows their real names though. So that if you care about that, then cool. Personally, I don't, but whatever. After we see that brief period of Jamal versus Ursa and Sace, we get back to the interrogation, and Kyouka, she just starts grabbing areas and manipulating Urza's sensation of pain. Uh, she says that her magic allows her to manipulate people's sensations, which, if used the right way, could be an amazing magic. I'm not gonna lie, that could do pretty freaking awesome magic. Um, but also, I just want to call attention to the fact that she didn't say this was her curse. She said it was her magic. So that means she has both. So it could just be like a translation error or something. It might be manga stream just saying they said magic instead of curse. Who knows? But I'm just going to assume that they're right and that she does have both a curse and magic, seeing as though she's like the leader, so she should be the strongest. But she has both magic and a curse, and her magic allows her to manipulate people's sensations. So she takes Urza's sensation of pain and makes it highly, highly sensitive. And then she just starts torturing Urza. And the thumbnail I used actually just shows this image of Urza, this face that she's making. You can just see the pain. You can really see the pain in her face. I cannot remember a single enemy who has gotten Ursa to make a face like that before. That I spent like a minute and not a minute and a half looking at that, but like I spent more time looking at that than I did most of the other panels in the chapter because I've just never seen Ursa make a face like that before. It surprised me. Like she is truly in a lot of pain. And when Ursa asks her why she's looking for Jamal, other than the fact that he's a former council member, obviously, she says that Kyouka says that Jamal is the final key for Face. They've killed the other two already, and Jamal is the last one. Okay, so she offers Ursa a deal. Okay, and she says that if Ursa tells her where Jamal is, she'll return Mira, and if she doesn't tell her where Jamal is, then she'll kill both her and Mira. And I just want to point out that saying she'll return Mira doesn't necessarily mean that she's going to be freed. She could just mean she's going to return Mira to Ursa, but that doesn't really help because Ursa's still locked up. All right, so they could just return Mira to Ursa, but still not stop the whole process of turning her into a servant. So the way she worded it does not mean anything at all, but it's still better than both of them being killed. So or it doesn't really matter how good the deal is or how bad the deal is. It doesn't matter because in the end, Ursa doesn't know. She just doesn't know where Jamal is. All right, and Kyouka says, "All right, well, I guess I'll just have a little bit more fun then." And she just goes to torture Ursa some more, which we don't see. But the next time, excuse me, the next excuse me again, the next time we do see Ursa, she's unconscious, or at least it looks that way. So clearly, if you get enough pain, you will just pass out. So I'm assuming that's what happened to Ursa there. She just passed out from all the pain, or it could just be she was just in an incredibly weakened state. So, but I can't really assume anything here. She's Ursa, so she can take a lot, especially when we saw this in Pandemonium in the Grand Magic Games, defeating all 100 magic beasts. We saw it in Phantom Lord, taking the Jupiter Cannon, getting back up, defeating the leader of the Element Four, getting back up, and then fighting one of the 10 Wizard Saints. It's clear we know that Erza is powerful and she can take a lot of damage, but even she in a situation like this where she's incredibly vulnerable, even she might just pass out from all that pain. But the last part of this chapter that we see is Franmouth and Crawford, and they're talking. And the gist of what they're saying is that, Crawford doesn't like the fact that he had to lose his home, but he says it might be worth it for what he gets out of the whole situation if the plan works, especially since he's going to become head of the Magic Council again. But one of the things they talk about is how Franmal tells him, no one's going to find us. How could they? No one knows what's going on. No one's going to be able to find us. They didn't count on the resident genius in the series not to, because Natsu was so smart. They didn't count on Natsu finding them out. They didn't count on Natsu's super dragon slayer senses that Wendy somehow lost. Well, it's not so much that Wendy lost him, it's just that Wendy is apparently stupider than Natsu, because Natsu is apparently, the smartest guy in the series, apparently. But Natsu finds them, and he just crashes in and punches Crawford, and I highly doubt that he was smart enough to tell anybody what he was doing, tell anybody what the situation was, call for backup and tell them, hey, I'm about to break into the headquarters of Tartarus where all these demon ghost gate people are there. The entire freaking guild is there. There's no freaking way I can beat them all on my own. I couldn't even take care of Sabretooth. How am I going to take care of these guys? Maybe you guys should send me some backup. He didn't tell. He probably did not tell anybody. Okay, so Natsu's going to get his butt kicked. All right, this is. I don't care if he's Natsu Dragneel. I don't care if this is Fairy Tail. Natsu is going to get his butt kicked. That's just how things are. Okay, there's no way Natsu is winning this. None. Kyouka is there. Silver is there. Franmoth is literally right there. There's another guy there. Tempest is there. I don't know if he's done healing yet, but Tempest is there. Jackals. Seira is still with Elfman and Lisa. But, you get the point. They've got a decent amount of people there. Plus, I'm sure they have some henchmen around, too. There's no freaking way Natsu's winning this. He got his butt kicked the first time by Jackal. How's he going to beat Kyouka and Silver? And Franmal? They have the other... Natsu's losing. All right, Natsu's losing. All right. With that being said, that's the rest of the chapter. That's pretty much everything. Overall, I'd give this chapter an 8 out of 10. I thought it was pretty good. I'm kind of trying to convert my ranking system to this chapter, because this chapter is not a normal length. Therefore, you get more out of it than a normal chapter. So it's hard to rank it like using the same ranking system I use for normal, well, I do it for monthly series too, but, whatever. I'll give it an 8 out of 10 and say it was a good chapter. It was. The Natsu stuff, who really cares, but still that's plot progression, story progression. Natsu's there now, so something's going to happen with that. The Erza stuff, Mira stuff, Jamal stuff, stuff happened, so I'll say it was a good chapter and give it an 8 out of 10. But that's it for now, you guys. Rate, comment, subscribe. Have a good new year, and I'll see you guys next time.